Have you ever heard of a spring pilgrimage in Mississippi? If you're like me and you hear the word pilgrimage, you probably think of something religious and overseas, but there's actually a pilgrimage that happens this year in Columbus, Mississippi. So starting next week, April 1st, Election Day, the spring pilgrimage of Columbus, Mississippi begins, and it's a chance to explore the iconic history and the homes of the town, plus a few extra adventures that I'll mention in a sec. So at the core of the pilgrimage are the homes of Columbus, and there are some fascinating buildings there. These are buildings that have been around since well before the Civil War and have some very interesting histories. But there's a few extra adventures that have been added on as well. There's a lecture series on the town's history. There's a chance to hear the Tales from the Crypt that'll be performed by the Mississippi College of Mathematics and Sciences, and it'll tell the stories of some of the more famous inhabitants of the cemetery there. And there's a lot of really interesting history in Columbus to explore. For example, it was named after Christopher Columbus, but it was actually Hernando de Soto who would have been the first European explorer to land there. It also wasn't named by Mississippi. It was named by Alabama because at the time, Alabama thought that the town was within their borders. One of the reasons that the town exists is because Andrew Jackson decided that there needed to be a road that led from New Orleans up to Nashville. And that project literally paved the way for Columbus to exist. Memorial Day may have originated there in Columbus, and it's also the site of Mississippi's very first public school. And that is just scratching the surface. And of course, there's all kinds of food. There's a Catfish in the Alley event. There's a Picnic on the Grounds event. Come hungry. Then there's my favorite part. There's something called a Stella contest. Do you remember in A Streetcar Named Desire when Stanley Kowalski yells out that infamous Stella? Well, this contest is your chance to prove that you can do it better, and I am praying that somebody is recording this whole thing and makes a highlight reel. So if you're in love with Mississippi history, Mississippi festivals, Mississippi food, and shouting iconic Tennessee Williams lines, this has got you covered. That's the Spring Pilgrimage in Columbus, Mississippi, April 1st through April 13th, and I may just bump into some of you there.